We're joined today by singer and guitarist Robin Trower. You know him from the band Procol Harum. He's got a new album out now. It's called No More Worlds to Conquer. Hey, Robin, how you doing today?
Not bad, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
Well, first of all, you've got a new album out, No More Worlds to Conquer. Can you tell the listeners a bit about the new album?
Well, it's an album I actually started quite a long time ago, about 3 years ago, and it got put on the shelf when the pandemic hit. But while I was in lockdown, I started writing a lot of new songs. So I went back in and recorded more material and did some more work on the guitar playing, etc. And this is the album that's come out now, No More Worlds to Conquer.
Excellent. And you've been making music for about 60 years or so now, but the title, No More Worlds to Conquer, kind of sounds like maybe you might be calling it a day. Hopefully that's not the case.
No, it's definitely not the case. I mean, I'm halfway through recording a new album at the moment, so I've got another one coming out next year maybe. But yeah, I mean, it's just great to get back in the studio and be working.
Awesome. Well, who's playing with you on the new album, Robin?
Well, I've got Richard Watts on vocals. I've got Chris Taggart on drums. I do most of the bass playing. Livingston Brown plays bass on 3 songs, and I play a bit of guitar. So, you know, it's basically 3 of us, actually, that most of the album.
Yeah, it is interesting. Many of the issues in society and politics in the world, when you were first writing and recording with Procol Harum in the late 60s, a lot of that stuff still going on today. I guess that maybe that makes songwriting a little easier with all these issues we're dealing with.
Well, there's certainly plenty of material for a subject for songs, definitely these days. Definitely plenty of material.
So over the years, has your approach to songwriting, has it changed much? Or are you trying new things now that maybe you haven't in the past?
I think I have opened up to a wider range in my songwriting now. You know, I think I'm covering more ground musically. I decided that I would try and make a more, what I would call, outward-looking album with this one. Yeah, I think all the songs on this album each one has its own identity, which I really like.
Excellent. Yeah, the new album sounds great. And you mentioned it was kind of on hold here due to the pandemic. Things are kind of starting to open up again now, so will you be back on the road maybe for the new album?
I can't see at the moment. There's still too much of the COVID nuisance out. You know, you can still get sick from it. But it's a matter of wait and see, really. I'd love to get back out on the road. You know, I really miss it. But it's definitely a matter of wait and see.
Yeah, I imagine for a guy like you who's been on the road, you know, most of your adult life, it's got to be odd to have so much time to spend around the house these days.
Well, I put a lot of time into songwriting and working on radio and stuff. But yeah, as I say, I used to tour about 6 to 8 weeks a year, and I do miss it. I really do.
And again, Robin Trower's new album, No More Worlds to Conquer, is out now. And Robin, you've been playing guitar a long time, and you've influenced a lot of players over the years. Are there still things now you're discovering or techniques you're learning maybe on the instrument after all these years?
Well, I think I'm always trying to improve as a player. You know, I try and pick up the guitar every day, but I do it out of love more than anything else. I just love to play the guitar.
Yeah, definitely. You're a guy that a lot of people have pointed to as an influence over the years. And, you know, back when A Whiter Shade of Pale was released, that was a monstrous success when it came out. Was that tough for you to try to match that success afterwards, or do you maybe not approach it that way?
No, I think the main thrust of what I do musically is trying to do something really good rather than something commercial. So consequently, that's why I'm not very famous.
Well, Robin, I wanted to ask you your memories of playing at the Isle of Wight Festival back in the day. That was quite a huge crowd. I don't know if you've played crowds that big since, but that was a lot of people there.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest show I've ever performed at. It was a great fun. I remember it being, exciting. A lot of good acts on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was such an interesting time in music back then because so many different types of bands and musicians and artists all kind of were able to play on the same bill like that, and nobody thought different of it. So many exact opposite styles all kind of meshed together.
Yeah, well, that was the thing in that period of rock and roll, popular music. Every band really had its own personality, which I don't think you get so much today.
And I read you were a huge fan of James Brown. Can you talk a little bit about that? I can hear some of that maybe in some of the music I've heard of yours.
Well, he had an album out in the early 60s called James Brown Live at the Apollo, and it's one of the most influential albums ever made in rock and roll, definitely. And just the fact that he's such a soulful singer, in fact the most soulful singer, and so exciting a singer as well. I think it had, you can't do anything else but love it.
Well, Robin, I know the new album is just out. You mentioned you're almost halfway through recording another one. So is there anything else maybe we should be looking out for here coming up down the road?
Well, I'm hoping to get this one finished by the end of the year. So I don't know when it will come out. It may be next year, but yeah, it's going very, very well, and I'm very pleased with what I've got so far, definitely.
Excellent. Robin, again, it's an honor speaking with you, and the new album sounds great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And again, that was the one and only Robin Trower of Procol Harum, but his new solo album, No More Worlds to Conquer, is available now.